In Los Angeles, Detective Mark is on personal leave, still mourning the loss of his wife, Rose, which has driven him into alcoholism. He's forced to return to duty when he hears that his son, Trent, has been taken into custody for getting into a fight. Officer Garcia convinces the other party not to press charges, allowing Mark to post bail for Trent and reprimand him harshly. Their relationship has been strained ever since Rose passed away. Matters worsen when Trent realizes Mark spent his money on booze rather than fueling the car. With no gas, they opt for the subway. Along the way, Trent discreetly places some cash in the coat pocket of a blind, homeless man named Sarge. On the train, Mark anxiously toys with Rose's wedding ring before finally letting Trent share his side of things, creating a brief moment of mutual understanding between them. Without warning, the train jerks to a stop as an intense blue glow floods the area above. Mark approaches the subway worker, Audrey, who tells him there's a blackout and none of the radios are functioning. Another tremor shakes the tunnel, and Audrey receives a scrambled radio message: "Do not look at the lights." When the train shutters again, the passengers choose to evacuate. As they make their way through the tunnel, eerie sounds echo from beyond. Meanwhile, Officer Garcia steps out of the restroom to find the station abandoned, aside from Officer Jones. The two leave together and also see the strange blue light. Those still underground seem hypnotized by it, walking toward it. Everyone except Sarge, whose blindness protects him. The group reaches a different station and attempts to escape. A frantic woman bolts up the stairs to find her family, looks into the light, and the skin on half her face turns black. Mark quickly grasps what's happening. Anyone who stares at the light gets absorbed. He shuts his eyes, pulls Trent close, and keeps him safe. When he opens them again, he sees a beam pouring down from a gigantic alien spacecraft above. Mark leads Trent, Audrey, and the remaining survivors deeper into the subway, where they meet up with Garcia, Jones, and Sarge. Garcia hands Mark a firearm for defense. After walking through the night, they reach a stairwell with a small window revealing fighter jets attacking the alien ship. Jones finally gets a signal on a radio and calls for assistance, only to be told that airstrikes will persist regardless of whether survivors are present. The alien defenses easily shoot down the jets. As explosions rock the tunnel, it begins to collapse, crushing several unknown survivors. The core group escapes through a hole in the ceiling. As they climb up, an alien creature ambushes them. It consumes Garcia, then activates its light, attempting to pull in Trent and Mark. Mark fires repeatedly until the creature drops, and he manages to extract Garcia, who somehow remains alive inside the alien. Officer Jones wonders aloud if the aliens are keeping humans alive for a reason. At that moment, the creature revives and captures Jones to extract her brain. Mark shoots it again to give the others time to flee, but the creature ensnares him with its tentacles. Audrey throws him a flare, which he uses to drive the alien back. He then places the flare inside a fuel tank of a nearby car that's fallen into the tunnel. When the alien attempts to follow, the car explodes, destroying it. Up top, they see that the alien ship has released a towering robotic creature. As helicopters arrive, the robot brings them down and starts using its lights to absorb people. Because Sarge cannot see, he remains immune until the robot physically picks him up. The robot returns to the ship, revealing it's controlled by a humanoid alien pilot. Mark wakes up inside a chamber full of human bodies and thick alien fluid. A nearby alien and a brain-harvesting machine loom close. Mark dodges the tentacles while searching for Trent. When he shoots at the robot, the alien pilot activates the light, pulling every body aboard except for Mark, whose head is seized by the robot. He fires at a tentacle, falls into a stream of water, and is washed overboard, only for his leg to catch on a railing, saving him. Climbing back into the ship, Mark uncovers the alien's method of converting human brains into robotic soldiers. The only actual living alien is the captain, Jarrett, who could be identified by his glowing red eyes, not blue like the others. Following Jarrett, Mark discovers that he saved a pregnant human woman named Elaine, whom the aliens plan to harvest. Elaine reveals she was impregnated the moment she first saw the light, and that Jarrett's strength and resistance come from his bond with her. Jarrett maintained his consciousness after being turned into a robot. He stopped the aliens from taking Elaine's child and pleads with Mark to help with the delivery. Mark assists as Elaine gives birth, though she doesn't survive. Jarrett vows to help Mark locate Trent in exchange for ensuring the baby's safety. Meanwhile, Trent and Audrey awaken, suspended from the ceiling by thick alien vines. Trent grabs a second flare from Audrey, cuts her down, and they freeze Sarge the same way. After Mark and Jarrett leave, the alien captain finds Elaine's body and begins hunting the infant. Jarrett guides Mark to the ship's armory and equips him with a neural-linked alien weapon. He also plants explosives throughout the ship and uses the main console to track Trent. Just then, the captain shows up. Jarrett opens a passageway, sending Mark toward the chamber where the vines hang. Mark finds Trent being pulled toward the beam. Trent manages to release Sarge, but Mark leaves the infant behind and rushes upward, grabbing Trent's hand before the vine gives way. Trent is taken by tentacles and has his brain harvested and body discarded. An alien vine entangles Audrey, but Mark jumps onto it and uses his alien blade to slice her free. Together, they destroy the vine robot. The captain leaves Jarrett mortally wounded, but he's only pretending. He still holds one last explosive. The captain flies back to the vine chamber. Mark tries to strike him, but the weapon fails at that critical moment. The captain breaks away to pursue the infant, injuring Jarrett in the process. Audrey retrieves the newborn, whose glowing red eyes mirror Jarrett's power. The captain gives chase. Jarrett detonates his explosive, destroying the ship. The resulting crash lands it in rural Laos, where two local siblings, Sua and Kanya, who work for a cartel. The siblings retrieve one of the alien eggs, and Kanya secretly keeps it. Mark, Audrey, the baby, and Sarge survive the wreck thanks to the alien fluid. The captain also survives and begins constructing new brain-controlled robots, one of which is Trent. He briefly recalls his past before the programming overtakes him again. Mark and the group make it to the river's edge, only to be confronted by the siblings. A violent clash erupts. Sua attacks Mark, and Kenya overpowers Audrey until Wana and more officers intervene, breaking up the fight. Negotiations begin. Mark promises assistance if Sua guides them to a doctor who can help the baby. A tentative alliance forms, and Sua leads them through a mine-laced path. That evening, Mark shares Rose's memories with Audrey. The next day, they arrive at a hidden temple where Harper, the doctor, examines the baby and finds her running a dangerously high fever. A blood transfusion is urgently needed. Harper realizes that the blue alien energy is compatible with human DNA. He suggests the aliens may have seeded humanity on Earth long ago and return periodically to harvest us. Using the alien egg in Mark's alien-infused blood, Harper creates a serum meant to modify the ship's main beam. If fired, it could release all brain-controlled robots. As they prepare for war, Sua and Kenya set traps throughout the area. The captain sends a massive robot after Audrey. One trap weakens it, but doesn't stop it entirely. Mark uses a rocket launcher to draw the robot's attention, giving time for a trap to activate. The resulting explosion kills both Sua and Kenya in a brutal moment. The blast reveals their position, and the captain's ship descends. Inside, Harper moves to intercept the approaching robots, while Mark infiltrates the temple and heads toward the ship's cannon room, using Jarrett's plan. A guard spots him just as he arrives. The cannon fires, triggering a mass mind control attempt. Everyone shuts their eyes, except for the baby, who resists by glowing red. A cartel fighter launches a rocket, destroying the beam right as the captain's giant robot enters. Harper sacrifices himself to save Audrey and the baby. In the chaos, Mark drops Rose's ring, catching the guard's attention. It's Trent, still under alien control. Mark pushes him down a level to survive. Grabbing an alien egg, Mark injects it with the serum and throws it into the beam. The blue energy shifts to red. Trent snaps out of his trance, and the beam frees all the human minds trapped in robot bodies. But the captain's robot destroys the cannon, forcing Mark to leap off the ship. Back on the ground, Mark finds the captain's broken blade and rejoins the fight with Hannah and Sua. Trent briefly takes control of another giant robot and confronts the captain, but is quickly overpowered. Mark gives Sua the blade and heads off to grab a rocket launcher, using it to assist his son in the battle. Meanwhile, Wana and Sua hold off the remaining brain-controlled robots until Wana is cornered and killed. Audrey shields the baby as she wanders into the ruined cannon chamber. There, she reactivates it, but the captain finds her. Mark steps in to defend the baby, and Trent uses the cannon one final time to destroy the captain. The red beam shoots upward, releasing all remaining brain-controlled robots. Mark and Trent embrace. Audrey names the baby Rose. Months later, Rose, now fully grown, commands a ship made from alien technology. Her crew is a mix of liberated humans and reprogrammed robots, including Trent. Together, they set a course for the aliens' homeworld to make sure they never return.